they were quite well prepared. Unfortunately, the typhoon is just simply too strong that no matter how much preparation we made, we still suffer casualty in terms of lives and property.
International assistance is on the way. Australia, for example, has offered an initial contribution of $10 million and some medics too. US Marines and sailors are on the way in. What are the priorities as far as the Philippines is concerned for international assistance?
Well, first let me thank Australia, the government and the people of Australia for immediately responding to our need for assistance and support. Your Prime Minister Abbott, has already written a letter of sympathy to our President. Of course, the first priority for assistance is food and water. And again, thanks to the many kind-hearted people in Australia, we have received statements or offer of sending some water, some money, and some relief goods for the victims of the typhoon. And we do appreciate that very much.
Millions of people could have been left homeless. It's going to take billions of dollars to get their lives back to normal, I would have thought.
We are trying our level best to make very efficient use of our limited resources so that we can normalize the lives of all those affected by this devastating typhoon in the next probably 3 or 4 months.
Will it take an international assistance effort along the lines of, and of a similar size to, what happened after the Asian tsunami a few years ago? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes, you're right in saying that, because we are recovering not only from this very destructive typhoon, but just about 2 weeks ago we suffered from a very destructive earthquake, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, and we have not even fully recovered from that, and now we experience this devastating typhoon, and our weather bureau says that we are expecting some 2 or 3 more typhoons, and hopefully not as destructive.
I have seen some suggestions, despite what you were saying earlier, that there was nothing more that could have been done, that the Philippines authorities did not act quickly enough to evacuate people or warn them of the danger ahead. What's your government saying about that?
Well, I think the government has done its level best, but people are people, and when the government started announcing that they should evacuate to higher grounds, some people just didn't believe, and some people thought that because they see the sunshine, the typhoon will not come. So I think had the early warning had not been given in advance, there would have been a lot more casualties in terms of lives and injuries. And I think the casualty has been limited to the extent that we were able to evacuate our people much, much earlier before the typhoon hit.
So you do think, do you, that there would have been even more casualties without what the authorities did do?
Definitely, without any doubt.
There have been reports of looting, which often accompanies natural disasters, unfortunately. How hard is it going to be without proper communications and so on to maintain order in the affected areas, and can the Philippines authorities do that on their own?
Well, let me just put that single incident into context. It happened in one of the shopping mall in Tacloban City, and there were no other reported similar incidents. In Tacloban right now, we have augmented the police personnel and the military personnel, and so far that I know, order has been restored in that area, and we hope that there will be no such incidents that will be reported.
Ambassador, thank you very much.
Thank you very much too.
The Commonwealth Heads of Government Conference will